Alright, what's going on guys, it's GCP here. This is a Modern Warfare beta footage, and honestly my experience in the beta, as you guys have heard before in a previous video, was a little different than previous Call of Duty games. And obviously it came with a lot of frustrations, came with a change of playstyle, and it also came with a different set of expectations most of all. And of course this is way different than Black Ops 4, and the way that I approach that game is drastically different, and it varies quite vastly with the way that I approach this game. Of course, in this game and in this gameplay that you're watching, I make a few mistakes that you probably should not do, but I have learned to adapt to, that I'm going to talk to you guys about, and that's what this video topic is all about, and it's how to prepare for Modern Warfare. So when it drops, I feel like there's a lot of these tips that I personally will implement, and hopefully they help you as well. As you guys will see throughout this gameplay, there's a lot of mistakes that I make as far as rushing and doing things that I probably should not do, that I will discuss in some of my points here. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that in the background, regardless of how poorly I did or how poorly I played, or some of the techniques that I did not use. I still managed to get the chopper gunner because I did play one part or two parts really well, and that is a little more passive gameplay. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. Number one, to me, I think, is to always check your corners. Look, it's no surprise that Modern Warfare is a significantly slower game than Black Ops 4 as far as rushing goes. You're not going to find a whole lot of people rushing in this game. Obviously the maps have a lot to do with that. I think they allow for a slower paced, kind of more cautious, passive gameplay, and it allows people to camp, let's be honest, because there's a lot of people who camp and head glitch in this game. And I know that's frustrating to a lot of people. It's very frustrating. It was very frustrating to me in the beta, and it's not my playstyle. Honestly, you guys know the way that I play is rushing like crazy with the chicken with its head cut off. That's usually how I prefer playing. But of course in this game, I definitely can't do that. It will not be to my advantage or to my benefit to do that. So I had to adapt to the way that this game plays, and it definitely does not favor the rushers. So always check your corners before you go anywhere. Honestly, people, you don't know, people are going to be hiding in every nook and cranny in this game, and it is absolutely insane. Number two, go for headshots. I've noticed that people drop a lot faster when you put shots into their head, and that's going to give you a unique advantage over your enemies who just shoot you in the body. Even though the time to kill is extremely fast in this game, especially considering that we don't have the 150 health from Black Ops 4, but those headshots are what going to get you those multipliers and have you drop those enemies a lot quicker, and actually have you win more gunfights. So when you're coming across people, try to aim for their heads if you can. If you can't, then obviously you can't. But if you're able to do that, honestly, maybe you need to lower your sensitivity to be able to get more accurate shots so your shots don't go everywhere. But if you can get those headshots, that's going to give you a significant advantage and help you win a lot more gunfights. Another thing is to use the deployable cover. I think the deployable cover is something that personally is a campy, head glitchy type of weapon, or not weapon, but equipment. And I personally don't think it belongs in the game, but as long as it is in the game, I'm going to use it to its advantage. The deployable cover is basically cheating, right? So you're basically putting cover there where cover is not available. So maybe you could even put it, I personally think you should put it down indoors or walkways, and especially where there is high player traffic. That's going to force other people to change the way that they approach that area. Maybe you're going to lock that area down, and when they know that you have a deployable cover there, they're not going to approach that area the same. They might try to go around. So you definitely can change the course of that game by having the deployable cover there. See, as I use this deployable cover right here, I have extra cover for me. That way I don't really have to worry about people shooting at me from that distance, because I could just kind of head glitch right here. See how that gives me an advantage right there? Another tip that I could give you guys is don't run everywhere. I was doing that initially in this game, and once I slowed it down to just patrolling this area right here, I eventually got the chopper gunner. And even though this is considered, I guess, camping or patrolling, whatever, but it's literally something that I don't normally do, it significantly helped me do a lot better because I locked down that area and people just kept passing by and I just kept picking them off. Even though that's not my playstyle, that's not my preference as far as how to play Call of Duty, but this is just what this Call of Duty game basically wants you to do, and so you just have to do exactly that. Another tip I could give you guys is aim down sights, especially around corners and opening doors. Look guys, we already know that people are going to be hiding in this game. There's a lot more campers in this game. There's going to be people who are going to be taking advantage of that. So when you're going around corners and any nooks and crannies around, make sure that you have your sights up, because you're already going to have this worry that people are going to be close to you in proximity, hiding in the dark. But if you already have your sights up, you already have an advantage there, because you're gonna have much better aim, and you're gonna have, you know, that advantage of zooming in a little bit too, and your guns, your shots are gonna be a lot more focused. So make sure that when you're going around these corners, you're aiming down sights, so your sights are already up, because it's gonna be a lot more accurate than hip firing. I could tell you that much for sure. And the last point that I could give you guys is stick to the edges of the map. You guys remember in the Call of Duty games of late, or previous Call of Duty games, especially before Black Ops 4, I guess you could apply to Black Ops 4 as well. I could say that for any Call of Duty game. Sticking to the edges of the map is away from high traffic, and that's what you want. You want to stay hidden. You want to stay away from all of the action, because it's very easy for anybody to spot you and to get into multiple gunfights. And you know, you want those 1v1 gunfights and not, you know, fight multiple enemies at the same time, because that's gonna, you know, have a higher chance or probability of you getting killed. So especially if you're somebody who wants to get a high kill streak or stay alive, get the best possible KD, you know, that is definitely something you want to do. You want to stick to the edges of the map. That way you could pick people off, get into 1v1 gunfights versus multiple gunfights. And obviously you're going to be a lot more hidden. You could also flank people that way, get behind them. So all of these things are tips that I could give you guys as far as approaching Modern Warfare when it drops. And I am definitely going to change up the way that I play this game, because as you guys know, I'm a rusher at heart, and rushing in this game is not favored. So sometimes you just have to adapt. You know, instead of complaining, I just have to adapt and overcome. And that's what I'm going to be doing in Modern Warfare. I could still have a good time if I apply some of these, and hopefully they help some of you guys as well. And by the way, if there's anything that I might have missed, any tips or tricks that might help all of us, please leave them down below in the comment section. I would highly appreciate that, as would everybody who's watching this video and reading the comments. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. With that being said, this is Juicy P signing off.